Hello everyone, welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. So in this video I am explaining environment assessment and application assessment topic of software engineering. To get the notification of my new videos, please click the bell icon and please don't forget to like the video and please don't forget to share the video with your friends. So let me begin the explanation of environment assessment and application assessment. First of all, before explaining environment assessment, you need to understand what is the environment. Environment is nothing but it can be a software or a hardware or both hardware and software that are needed to run your software. So your assessment means you need to gauge. If you want to gauge about your environment, that means to if you want to decide whether this particular environment is working properly, or if you want to decide the quality of your hardware, whether to decide the quality of your software, how you can do that, how you can decide the quality of your environment. So to decide the environment quality, you can consider some factors. For example, first one is a supplier stability. So in simple words, if a supplier is still in existence, that means you can get the support for your environment. You can get the support for your software, and you can get the support for your software and hardware, right? And if your finance supplier is financial stable, obviously you will deliver the particular quantity, right? You will deliver the materials in a proper quantity or in proper timings. Suppose if the supplier is now no longer in the market, you don't get any support, don't get any assistance, right? This may affect the environment, obviously. So when you decide the environment for your software, you need to decide from which supplier we have to take the from which supplier we have to purchase the right items, right? Failure rate, and the next factor is failure rate. That is, does the hardware have a high rate of reported failures? Does the support software crash? So this, like suppose if your hardware have a high failure rate, obviously this will affect the business of your software. Obviously your software failure rate should be very less. Your environment hardware failures should be very less. In the same way, software failure should be very less, otherwise it will affect the software functionality. Next is age. That is, how old is the hardware and software. The older the hardware and support software, the more obsolete it will be. That means it will become outdated. If your hardware and softwares are old, obviously they will become outdated. It may still function correctly, but there could be significant economic and business benefits to moving to a modern systems. Obviously, yes, they are working, but they do, contribute very less to your business. Instead of that, you can move to the high advanced software and advanced hardware. Hope you are getting. So based on the age, you can decide whether to use the same hardware or a software. Also, whether from the failure rate also you can decide whether to change the hardware or the software. From the supplier stability also you can decide whether to continue with the same hardware or the software. Right? Getting, guys? Hope you're understanding. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Next, performance. If the performance of the system is adequate, you can continue with the same software and the hardware. This say that means same environment. If the performance is affecting, right, also you have to change the environment. That means you have to change the hardware and the software. And next is the support requirement. What type of support you are getting? What local support is required by the software and the hardware and the software? If there are high costs associated with the support, so, right? For getting the support, for example, you have assume that you have a old environment, that is old hardware and old software you are using. If any problem occurs, you need the support, right? You need a support. For old systems, they may charge more. Instead of that, you can completely change the entire environment. You can move to the modern environment for the new hardware and new software, right? Next is maintenance cost. What costs of the hardware maintenance, and what is the cost for your software maintenance? For example, old hardware may have higher maintenance cost. Obviously, if your hardware is very old, obviously maintenance cost will be more. If your hardware and software is very new, the maintenance cost will be very less. So based on that also you can decide whether to keep the hardware or whether to change the environment. The environment means it may be a set of hardware and software, whether to change it or whether to keep it. Based on the maintenance costs also you can decide. Next is lastly interoperability. Based on the interoperability also we can decide about the environment. For example, are the problems interfacing the system to the other systems. That means if you try to interact with the other systems, if your hardware and softwares are facing any problems, right? For example, compilers, if the compiler can be used with the current versions of the operating system, is hardware emulation required? These type of things you need to ask. If everything is fine, you can continue with the same hardware and the software, or else you can change the environment. That means you can change your hardware and software that you are using. So this is the environment assessment, guys. Still, if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment section. I'm always happy to help you guys. So next is application assessment. So in the first case we seen about the environment assessment, how to decide about your hardware and software whether to continue or not. So based on different factors I can decide whether to continue or discard the usage of that old software and the hardware. In the same way, how to assess the quality of your application, how to decide whether I have to continue this software or I have to scrap it. So based on some factors I can decide whether this software is a good software or whether this is a good application. First factor is understandability. How difficult is to understand the source code of the current system? How complex are the control structures that are used? That means if you can easily understand the source code of your current system, that means you can continue with the same application because you are understanding it. You are not facing any difficulty. You can continue with the same software because you can easily understand that. If you are not understanding the application what you are using, it's no use. You can just scrap it or discard it. So first factor, based on the understandability, you can decide whether to keep this application or a software. If you are understanding, no problem, you can keep it, or else you can just discard it. Next is documentation. What system documentation is available? Is the documentation complete, consistent? If your documentation is complete, obviously it will help you. If your documentation is consistent, obviously if any problem occurs with your application or a software, you can easily use this documentation. So if documentation is good, you can continue with the application. If documentation is not good, you can face some difficulties for using this application. Next is data. That is the third factor. Is there any explicit data model for the system? To what extent is data duplicated across files? Is the data used by the system up to date and consistent? So here, whatever the data that is used by the software is up to date, then you will not face any problems because the data is up to date and consistent. So you can easily use this application. For example, bank software. If it's a bank software, the data needs to be updated and data needs to be consistent. So otherwise it won't make a good choice. That's why if the data is up to date, you can use that application without any problem, right? So if any data duplications are there, definitely it will affect your application. So data should not be duplicated and data needs to be consistent. So if your data is good, if your data is consistent, you can easily use that application without any problem. If data is duplicated, you can't use that application. So you will face some problems. I told you, in bank software, data needs to be consistent. You know that. Next, performance. If the performance of the application is adequate, you can usually use that. Or if any performance problems are there, you can't use the application that easily because performance is the main thing. If it's giving a performance, you can easily use the application. If it's not giving the performance, you can't use the application. That's the problem. Next, programming language. So are modern compilers available for the programming language used to develop the system? Is the programming language still used for new system development? Obviously, what type of programming language you use to develop your application or software plays a very important role. So for that particular programming language what you have used to develop your software, for that you need to have the compilers. If compilers are available, you can easily compile your source code, and you can debug if any errors are there, and you can continue using your application. If compilers are not available for that particular programming language you have developed the application, then you will face lot of problems, right? That's why programming language, what type of programming language you used for your application development, that is also plays a very important role. If anything problem occurs, you should be in a position to correct it, otherwise you will face difficulties to use the application. Next is configuration management. That means are all versions of all parts of the system managed by a configuration management system, right? So that means when you develop a software, you need to develop the software for different configuration. For example, when you are developing a bank software, your bank software should run in the Windows system also, it should run in the Linux system also, it should run in the Chrome also, it should run in the browser Firefox also, it should run in the browser Safari also. That means your software should be in a position to configure in different compatibilities. So right, so this configuration management system is there, then you can easily manage your application without any problem. If configuration management is not there, definitely your application will face lot of difficulty. You can't use the application that easily. Next, test data. Does test data for the system exist? Is there a record of regression test carried out when new features have been added to the system? Obviously, if you have a test data related to your software, it will make a very useful contribution, because if you add any extra feature, if you want to do some testing again, when you add new feature to your software, you need that regression testing data. Regression testing means repeatedly you have to test same features needs to be tested repeatedly. That is regression testing, because when you add the new feature, that may affect the old features of the software. So that's why test data plays a very important role. So you can't throw the test data once the software is developed. You need to maintain your test data. So if a test data is present, you can easily use your application without any problem. If you want to test your application once again, you can test the application once again using the same test data. That's why based on the test data you can choose whether your application is fit to use or not. If test data is not there, definitely it will face a difficulty. You will face a difficulty to use the application. If test data is there, obviously it will help you a lot when you want to do regression testing. That means when you add the new feature, if you want to check whether the new feature is affected the old features, you can use the test data to continue the testing. And next, personal skills, that means maintaining staff skills. In simple words, staff skills. Are there people available who have skills to maintain the application? Are there people available who have experience with the system? Obviously, the staff skills plays a very important role. If the people they are there to maintain your software, you don't definitely you can use the application. That means it will tell that application is good, because people are there to maintain that application. If people are not there to maintain the application, I can tell that the application is not that good, right? And also people with experience should be there, then the applications needs to it can be used very easily. If the people with the if the people with the experience is not there, obviously will face difficulties to use the applications. That's why the skilled people are very important for your application. So based on these factors, I can decide whether the quality of my application is good, whether it's easy to use the application or not. Okay guys, so that's it guys. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section, right? So thank you for watching the video.